Welcome back. In this part of the course, I want to talk about clipping masks and how to create them. As you can see here, once you understand how a clipping mask effects and details to whatever art you're creating, whether it be for business cards, t-shirts, posters, whatever, brochures, whatever it may be, the clipping mask is going to allow you to add a lot of really cool effects and details. Now, the clipping mask defined by Adobe is just a group of layers to which a mask is applied. What does that mean? I don't expect you to know what that means, so let me break it down for you in easy terms. Basically, all a clipping mask is at least two objects, two things, in this case, this cool paint texture and this circle shape, two things that will be layered on top of one another to then be selected, and what you do is you just right click and a clipping mask is then created. So basically, to break it down even more, think of this circle. In this case, this is what I want to create the mask on. Think of whatever shape you're using, in this case a circle, is a window, and whatever is behind it is what you see through that window. So to create the clipping mask in this sense, you just take the square texture pattern, you put it behind the circle or the circle above the square, and when you're looking through that circle window, this is what you're gonna see when you create the clipping mask. So that's all the clipping mask is you're just layering objects, layering things on top of each other. Most of the time, the furthest back layer is going to be a texture, a photo, a pattern, something like this, which will be behind the image or object or shape that you want to, quote unquote, look through that window. I like that metaphor. It's like you're looking through a window, because that's really what it is. So hopefully that's simple enough. You're just stacking shapes on top of each other and you're creating a clipping mask. It's very, very easy. You'll see that moving forward. Now, here are a few things that I've made over the years, all of which include some kind of clipping mask element, whether it be the repeat pattern on the car. This is a sticker I've made, whether it be text, whether it be the background image of these mushrooms. All of these elements here use some kind of clipping mask. So you can see that there's a lot that you can do. All of these are just your simple pen tool outlines, but you're able to get these really cool effects and textures just by using a clipping mask. So with that being said, let's get into it. Okay, so now I'm in Adobe Illustrator, and I have the two images that you just saw in the slideshow. So let me show you how to make a clipping mask. It's very, very, very easy once you understand. So in this case, think of the shape you want to clip as your window. So you're just going to take it and bring it in front. Now, let's just say you want to, depending on which order you place these images in, will determine where they are in the layers panel. So if I just go ahead, you can see I have a couple things in here because I want to show you in the document. So let's just bring both of these things to the front. Now you'll be able to see that here I have the square, here I have the circle. Now, in this sense, the square is on top of the circle, and if I go and try to create a clipping mask, it's not going to work. So what you want to do is you can either, in the layers panel, click and drag this under here, so now you have that, or what you can do is just select this, Command-Shift left bracket, send it to the back, or vice versa, Command-Shift right bracket, bring the circle to the front. So now that I have the layers and objects layered in the manner that I want, now I'm ready to create my clipping mask. Watch how easy this is. Select everything, click and drag, right click, make clipping mask. Boom. There it is. It's that easy. That's just one of the ways you can create a clipping mask. In this sense, that's one of the easiest ways. So once you're in there and you hover over it, you can see almost the schematic outline of the thing that you clipped. And if you just double click, you can actually come in, move it around. Sometimes you have to click a couple times, but if you double click, you can come in, you can see, you move it around, you can come in, you can make it bigger, smaller, you can rotate it. So once it's clipped, there's a few different things you can do as far as editing. Now, say you don't like this, actually I like that a lot, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna move this over here for later. Say you don't like it and you wanna make a mask. Now this is something weird that happens whenever you release a clipping mask. You'll notice that the circle is gone. However, it's not gone, it just doesn't have a stroke or a fill. So if you release a clipping mask and you don't see the original shape, no worries, it's just because it wiped out the stroke and the fill. So it's still there. So that's the basic way to create a clipping mask. Let me show you a few other ways using some of the stuff I have here. So let's get rid of this. Let's show you how to do it with type and with typography. So here I have just your average font. You can change it over here. I just selected the type tool, typed the word hello, and blew it up. So let's use this one. So let's go ahead and make this bigger. Again, it's already sent to the back. The object in which I want to clip, shift left bracket, send it to the back. Okay, and again, just select everything, right click, make clipping mask. There you go. It's that simple. So once you're hovering over it and you double click, you can come in, move it around, rotate it, make it big, make it small, all that fun stuff. Okay, so you can see it's really, really simple, and you can add some incredible detail to the art you're creating. All right, guys? Okay, so now that you have the basics down, you can understand it's very simple how to make a clipping mask. Now, a clipping mask can also be used to trim the edges and clean off. So let me just get rid of this for a second. Move this over here. If I release the clipping mask, you can see that I have these kind of... A clipping mask, when it is applied to certain shapes and items and objects, it can really clean up those lines. So let's move this over here and let me show you what I mean. So let's just say you're making a business card, right? And you want to add this cool, effect to it. Now, notice there's a few different ways you can come at this. This is the way that I usually would go about it. So you have these shapes. Let's group these together, these pink things. Let's group these, Command G. Okay. Now, there's a few different ways you could do this. If you send it to the back and then do this, great. You have your clipping mask. However, it's transparent because it clipped the shape that you want it to. And if you go ahead and try to fill that in, it doesn't really work. So there's a better way to do it, and I'm going to show you how. So in this sense, what you're going to do is you're going to take this rectangular shape, put it behind, in this case, the pink elements, and then what you're going to do is you're going to, let's Command C, copy the shape of your business card. Then you're going to group this stuff together, select it all, Command G. So now it's all grouped, right? And then you're going to Command F, so you don't paste it out of line. Command F, paste it directly in front of where you copied it. Now you have the shape you want to create the clipping mask for right above the things you want to clip. So now that I have that, then what I'll do with this back layer grouped with this pasted in front, now you can go in, make the clipping mask, and you have this white background because it was grouped into the thing you were clipping. So, and you can see that the like quote unquote messy lines have been clipped off. So what you can do now is you can come in, move it around, mess with it. Oops. See how it moved weird? It's because it's grouped. So if you want to really get the pink, the more you click, now I have the pink selected only. There we go. Okay. And now say I want to change the white, double click in there. And you'll notice when you have the correct thing selected, over here the colors will change. So now I have the pink stuff selected, now I have the white stuff. Let's say I want to change it to blue. And I clicked up, triple click out. There you go. So that's a way to clip off any nasty edges. You can see I only have this in here because I did the same thing with this background. So if I just, let's break it down into shapes. So I have this, the bike, and the orange rectangle. I almost said triangle. So if I release the clipping mask, you can see that all of a sudden these grassy hills, you can see the edges, where if I created the clipping mask, those get clipped off, it cleans it up. You can still see the path, you can still see the line, and if you double click it, you can still, oops, what's going on here? You can still come in and move it around. However, I use the clipping mask to kind of clip off and clean up those lines. So in this case, what I did here was I just took, let's try to recreate it, shall we? Here, let's do this, because I don't like to lose my work. Copy and paste it. So if I release the clipping mask, and let's just get rid of this. I use the brush tool in this case, and I made the stroke really big. Another cool feature that this does as a little sidebar is if you want to change the size of a stroke, it gives you the option to change the size of all the other strokes you previously made, or just leave it. So I'm just gonna leave it. Sometimes kind of annoying every time you want to change the size. So we'll just leave it because it's the size I need it to be. And I'm gonna make it a little bit of a darker color. Select off of this first. B for brush. We'll change the color. Cool. Okay. So I just come in. Right. Now I have some messy lines. Now remember what I want to do. You can't just send it to the back and make the clipping mask, because it's gonna get it doesn't work. Oops. Yeah, see, it's super weird, especially when you're using the brush tool. So again, what are we gonna do? We're gonna group these together, but first we want to copy the actual shape that we want to clip. Group these bad boys together, Command G. Now that they're grouped, Command F, paste it in front, select it all, then you have your clipping mask. So there you go. It's pretty simple. There's a few different ways to execute it. These are the ways that I find the most success in. Now for fun, let's just do this. So this is the Porsche I made in the pen tool video, made it pink. This is a symmetrical pattern or painting that I made on my iPad in Procreate. Now, I'm really excited about this new iPad. I got it a few weeks ago, and I've just been able to make some really, really awesome stuff in the iPad. Now, I don't want to get into that right now or in this course, because I think that that's for the more advanced. Once you have some more practice, that's when you can get into it. But these mushrooms were created in Procreate on the iPad. There's a lot of really awesome stuff you can do with it. So I'm really excited to share that in the near future. So I have the texture, image, whatever, behind what I want to clip. Have that selected, hold down Shift, because there's a lot of different shapes and paths within the Porsche. You don't just want to select everything and make a clipping mask, because only one of those things at random will get selected and made a clipping mask. So in this case, what you want to do is just click this, hold Shift, and then click the pink. So now you have the pink and the texture selected, and then you're gonna right click, make clipping mask. So that looks pretty cool. I have to get rid of these lines here. Okay, so now again, once you're in and you double click, you can move it around, scale it, make it bigger, make it smaller. Yeah, and that's pretty badass. Wow, that's crazy. So then you kind of see, oops. Then usually what I do after I make a clipping mask that I'm satisfied with on a shape like this that has a lot of other shapes within it, I'll just group everything together so I can just click it once and I don't really have to worry about it. But let's just see what it looks like up against the background. Yeah, so that's really cool. There's a lot that you can do and a lot that you can add to the elements of what you're creating when you apply simple pen tools, or simple clipping masks, excuse me. Okay, cool. Moving on. All right, so now that we have that stuff covered, I want to go over one more way you can use Adobe Illustrator and the functions within to create really interesting clipping masks. So what I'm going to do is to create something a little more complex. What I'm going to do is come over, right-click, and come to the Polygon tool. And with that selected, if you just click one time, this menu comes up, and you can come in and actually select the amount of sides on the polygon. We're going to go ahead and create an octagon. And what I'm going to do here is just move this to the side real fast and just copy and paste and make, you know, an array of different shapes, rather. It's like hard to talk and also try to make even lines at the same time. So I'm just gonna make some random shape with all these polygons, all these octagons, and we're gonna turn these into a clipping mask. That should be good. Okay, let's make these a little smaller. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna click, come over and just kind of drag it over. Let me turn this. So remember earlier the whole metaphor of the windows? So in the past, what I would do is if I wanted to make all of these shapes into a clipping mask, what I'd do is I'd have to copy the background and then make a clipping mask, paste it, and then make another one and make them each at a time. Luckily, we don't have to do that anymore. So one way around that is, let's get everything selected, shift and click to deselect the background. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to this Pathfinder window. If you don't see the Pathfinder window, just come to Window and Pathfinder. And what you're going to do is you're going to unite them, which basically just creates a compound shape. So what that does is now that I've united it, it's all one shape. And then before I can create the clipping mask, I'm going to have it all selected, go to Object, Compound Path, and make it, or just Command 8. So now that I have done those two steps, unite and create the compound path, now I'm ready for the clipping mask. So I just go in, select everything, right click, make clipping masks. So there you go. You can use this for like a brochure or an ad or a business card, whatever that may be. Now you know how to make several objects, several shapes into one clipping mask at one time, where you don't have to go in and make a single mask for every single shape. That's something that I wish I learned years ago. But hey, as you learn, as you grow, and as you evolve, you learn new things, new tips and tricks on quicker and more effective ways to do things. So yeah, I think that as far as clipping masks, I think that's everything you need to know moving forward for the basics. And I will see you in the next part of the course.